Hey guys, what is up? Lord Nick here bringing you another episode of the Dangerous Game Podcast. This week I am joined by my co-host Sarcasm and his friend Goomba. So welcome, Goomba, for the first time on the podcast. Very nice to have you.
Yeah, good to be here. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So to start this week off, I wanted to ask a very, very important question. I've been meaning to ask Sark for a while. Why the hell am I in your tier 3 friends group on your
It's
league's
just
client?
I it's just sarcasm, dude.
Ah,
I put you there sarcastically, since you always ask me.
okay. Okay. I remember the first time I saw it and it really upset me. Like it thoroughly
Well,
upset me. It really upset me because I
also
hung out
th-
with you and Darth No pretty often at that time. And then like I looked and Darth No's in your tier 1 and meanwhile I was in tier 3 and I was pissed. I was
you're
so
not even
mad.
in tier three. There's friends, and then there's tier two friends, and then there's just kind of here, and you're in tier two.
Whatever. Tier 3. It's fine. Understand. I just
You're
have
even a
you
tier three.
I just had you in my wannabe LCS dudes category.
Yeah, I know. I'm offended by that, by the way.
Why are you offended by that one?
It makes it sound like I have ambitions in life.
You're offended that you have ambition, drive,
Yeah,
these things that you could drive to have.
yeah. You're misrepresenting me.
Wow, that's fair. That's fair. I should introduce you as my friend that has zero driver ambition. Going forward.
Oh,
Wannabe
thank
LCS
you.
dudes and Sark. Which is funny because like that entire category is just predominantly made up of you and your Smurfs and Darth No and his Smurfs. Because all the other people deleted their accounts. Or just stopped playing.
You mean they deleted you?
No. Like their account went deactive. Like I went and checked. I was like, oh, did I get removed by this person? And I went and looked, and they're not like their op.gg is not active anymore. So either they changed the name and removed me, or they just don't have an account anymore. Um, and then one of them I had his Smurf added for like over a year, and then somebody else got on that account, and he's like, yeah, he doesn't play anymore. It's like, oh,
Yeah, there was a lot of accounts leaked from some guy in the EU. He hacked like thousands of accounts and sold them for like a couple dollars each. It was pretty crazy. A couple of my friends got other accounts stolen, but
was that the dude that said go to the T1 shop, dude?
I don't know.
Did you
I
guys
didn't
get
see
that
it.
message?
Wait, my friend
No.
got that. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Today,
Oh,
right? Like the last few
So
days?
it's been like it's been about a week or so, and it sends out, hey, look at this. Tyler one made us shop, and it says shop dot was it Spurs dot T1 dot shop or something like that, and then it says lol at the end of it, and so I clicked on it to check it out, and I was like, the hell is this crap? And apparently it's a phishing link to try to grab your account info from it. You don't have to sign on with any account stuff, but it's supposed to try to grab your account stuff. A friend of mine warned me about it right after, of course, a little bit after I clicked on said link. So, like, oh shoot. So I got scared. So I went into freaking my account settings and just changed everything. So far, I've had no issues to my knowledge. So, but apparently, it's supposed to fish and grab your account info, and then they try to sell it off to somebody else, and then they gain your account.
that's pretty cool.
That's crazy. All my Smurfs have like the same password. And like
That was
and
my
like
fear.
and like the same user.
That was my
So
fear as soon as it happened, because like I have the same problem. Like all of my accounts have that issue.
I don't know, my main has a different password. It's just when I remember when I made all those accounts, it was to take names with Zeus. And we had like a program that just made like 100 accounts for us. So all the passwords are the same, and the users are like the same user with a number at the end that changes, you know?
Jesus. So interesting thing. I built an account for well, built account. I started an account in the Japan server this week. They speak English
Yeah.
there.
I made a
What?
list, and you're not even using my list.
I know, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Those are your topics, sir. All right?
Mhm.
You can kick them up. This one's not even on my list. This is something that I just kind of spontaneously did
I
after
know.
last podcast. So it was um
Wait, what's your ping on the Japan server?
only like 190.
Only 190.
Oh,
That's
wait.
smooth.
So like OCE, I get like 180 ish, but on Japan I got 190, and I was like, that's actually surprisingly low for how far Japan is from me.
Where are you?
I'm in the southern Texas,
Oh, okay.
so yeah,
Not far. You also have pretty good internet there, don't you?
Wait, you know where that
I
is,
got
Goomba?
I got Google Fiber.
Hell yeah.
You know where that is, but you don't know where Wisconsin is.
Well, it depends where you're talking about. Wisconsin, though, nobody knows where that. Dude, that's all cheese country to us. That's all that is.
No, I was kidding because he's Canadian.
Wait, was this the guy that was near me?
No.
No, this wasn't the guy that was near the. Somebody had a friend that was. Oh, Axel. Axel was literally like 30 minutes from me when I was up there. Because I was only 30 minutes from the border, and he literally lived at that border town across the border.
You mean Toronto?
No, he lives in a. He was living in a. The last I talked to Darth, no, he was telling me Axel was living in a town outside of, like, he no longer was actually in Toronto. He was in a town near there. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what he told me at least. So I was only like 30 minutes out. It's like, oh, that's neat. I don't really know him well enough to want to make that venture, so. But what did you guys want to talk about this week? What were some of the topics you guys had that you were interested in?
You know, I thought you were gonna tell me a story about how you went to Japan.
Oh no! Oh,
The
you want me to go
Japanese
back to the
server.
Japanese server? Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, it was just I started an account on the Japanese server, found one game this entire time that I was trying this last week to play it. One, I can't read my client, and there's no way to change it to English on the client. Two,
Uh, you can do it in settings, I think, somehow.
so you can't do it in the game settings. You have to go into the game files, which if
Yeah.
you edit the files and get caught, you can get permanent suspension on all your accounts. I am not risking for that. I will rather not be able to read my client and figure it out that way.
Fair
Uh,
enough. Okay.
so I can't read my client for shit at this point because it's all in Japanese. So I enter into a normals game. It took me 22 minutes to find a match. It's like, oh,
Jesus.
good lord. Okay. And so I get into this match. All of them speak English. And it's like, what the hell? Literally 10 minutes after I've done this. So this was just, I don't know what got into me to do it, but literally 10 minutes after I'd done this, I'm in a game and I'm looking on my side, my second monitor, just to kind of look at my YouTube channels that I watch. Dongwap posts a video. Why the Japanese server failed. I was like, dope. This might answer some of my questions. This is just really fun. So I click on it, and he talks about the fact that in the Garena server, they all speak English because there's not a real common tongue between all of the East Asian countries. Well, they all hate the server because the server is filled. One, there's terrible ping for most of them. Two, there's always issues because it's not actually ran by Riot.
And their computers get being used to mine Bitcoin.
Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah. So they all go to the Japanese server. So now they're all on the Japanese server, and all the Japanese people have to speak English to talk to all these other East Asians, and they're not happy about it. But everybody there basically speaks English. So to be on that server, you speak English. So literally, this white guy that can't speak any other language goes onto the server and finds out everybody there is speaking my language, and it's like, oh, that's kind of neat. Um, yeah, I played one game. It took 32 minutes. And then I was like, I don't want to wait another half an hour to get a half an hour long game with 190 ping. So I literally beat the tutorial, played a game, and realized this might not be a good adventure for me. That's-
So,
The only reason I ever went on the OCE server was to do the Odyssey game mode a day earlier, and I regret nothing.
I used
wait,
I
but
used to
you don't
grind out
even
on
get it
OC.
on your account, do you?
Hmm.
Do you even get it on your account to do it a
Yeah.
day?
Yeah, I got it there. I got it a day early. It's good.
Oh, you mean on that account though?
Yeah, on OC it was released like a day earlier than
Yeah.
NA for some reason, and it was good.
You know, speaking of Japan, I have a fun fact.
Oh boy.
The New York Jets head coach with the most wins in their franchise history. Oh wait, Goomba probably has no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, his first name is Weeb.
First name is Weeb.
Yeah, I don't remember his last name, but his first name is Weeb.
It's amazing.
I guess like back in the day, they had weird ass names. Because he was like from the 80s or 60s or something. I don't know.
The word weeb, I don't even think was
Yeah,
too common.
it definitely did not mean the same thing that it does now.
Well, it
But
did.
its first name was Weeb.
It wasn't even a word back in the day. It was an acronym for the reason that it started becoming the thing that it is now. It started. There was an acronym. God, there's a whole video that goes in depth about it, but it starts on 4chan where they're talking about these white people trying to adapt the culture to themselves and stuff. And then there was a web comic that they stole Weeb from for it, and it just kind of stuck.
Oh, here it is. I
You just
found it.
know this off the top of your head. I mean, I just brought up the Wikipedia page, but
You found
you
it?
know this?
So I know
no,
this
no.
because are you talking about the coach or the fact that I knew what Weeb was?
Yes.
I like your answer.
I don't know
The fact
why
that you know
he
what
knows
weeb was.
that. I don't
Oh,
know why he knows who Weeb
okay.
is.
I'll explain why I know this.
Okay.
There was a post on our NFL the other day where a guy was ranking each coach with the most wins in each franchise. And so that guy's name was on the list.
Uh,
Yes.
so my reasoning for knowing what Weeb was because I think there was a dot esports, either dot esport or score esport did a video breaking down Weeb. It was score esport, I think, did the history behind the Weeb term. Um, and so I got to know that. I also know why Smurfs came about. I know why it's called being a Smurf. Like I have random useless knowledge about these things.
It has to do with WoW, right?
No, it has to do with it has to do with an old game before even Quake. Like it was this. Oh God, what was it? Was it Warcraft? It might have been Warcraft. It might have not been WoW. I think it was Warcraft though. It was an old RTS. Anyhow,
Oh
these
yeah.
two guys that
It's
were
just
really really good at it.
Warcraft 2.
Yeah, these two dudes that were really good at it decided one day that they were just gonna make alternate accounts to go beat up people that were worse than them, and they called themselves Smurf and Smurfette.
That's where it comes from.
That's where it comes from. That's why Smurfs are a thing.
Jesus Christ.
It's the only reason why we're known as these blue bastards. Is because they changed their names to Smurf and Smurfette to go troll some noobs.
For sure. People aren't like called Smurfs as much anymore, honestly. Like at least in League, or like outside of League, like in Counter Strike and any kind of FPS game, you're just cheating.
Yeah, so
You can't be a Smurf. You're just cheating. If you're better than them, you have some sort of external assistance.
there's not as much of a prevalent need for it though in those type of games.
Mm-hmm.
So like in League and art and MOBAs, the biggest problem is that at the very top end of it, there's not enough people playing it. Queue times are stupid high. There's role selection, so you sometimes get autofilled. So to circumvent these, you're smurfing.
Oh
Um,
my.
Meanwhile, in like high end CS:GO and stuff, I mean, yeah, your queue times are a little bit higher, but there's no role queue really. So, like, you just kind of jump in, and it's like, cool, we get a game good. And like, the only reason you'd smurf in those type of games is to fuck around and do nothing. But the pros
Uh-huh.
and those high elo players there, most high elo players in like CS:GO that are high enough up there are actively looking to become pros. So they actually are, they have a avenue of what they want to go down. Meanwhile, in League, a lot of people that are high elo don't necessarily like majority of the challenger base aren't going to become pros, um, and most of them don't even want to try for pros. Like, shoot, I know so many grandmaster people that could give a damn about trying to go for challenger. Like they don't give a shit. They don't care.
I'd like to know people who are good at the game.
What was that?
What's it like to know people who are good at the game?
Very insulting to myself. That's what it is. It's very like I watch them and they're like, yeah, I can't really explain how I'm doing any of this. It's just like that's great. That's great to know that you have no idea what you're doing, but it's just natural to you. It makes me feel horrible about myself. Like it's how it feels.
I used to know someone who was good at the game. He's a support who was challenger for like season 6. And I added him when he was challenger because he was a coach on some other random team. And he basically is now wash and was diamond last season. Now he only plays TFT. So, it's kind of unlucky. Wish I knew people who were good.
Any talent.
J
I
stuff.
know how that feels though.
What, to be washed?
Yes, but
Right.
I think
An
your
animal.
wash comes from self-inflicted more so than actually
Yeah,
being
that
washed.
but no, I was gonna say I actually knew a challenger kid too that actually lived near me, but then it turned out he was like 16.
That's impressive.
And his name
Yeah.
is DeMonte. No.
But I asked to hang out with him, and then he was like, "Yeah, we can hang out." And then he's like, "Yeah, after school." And I was like, "School is in like university?" And he's like, "No, high school." I was like, "All right, never mind. We don't have to hang out."
Don't have to, I don't need to go back to those years.
I mean, knowing that people around you are like good at games and successful is just kind of depressing. Because I think I've told you this before, Sark, but I went to high school with Tens, who's like one of the best Valorant players in the world right now, and I'm just sitting here at home, negative win rate gold, the usual. It happens.
Am I
I
the
don't know.
only person in this lobby with a positive win rate? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, but also I don't play League, so I don't know.
Wait,
Yeah,
you don't
you're
play
right, man.
League and yet you're on a
I
League podcast?
I've played since season 4. I'm kind of over it. I play with my team, and that's pretty much it. That's the only time I play League.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have to play with your team.
Yeah, I'm kind of forced to. I think 90% of the games on my matches are customs, so
Jesus.
it's good. I
Are
don't
you,
know.
are you on an
I just
amateur
don't
team, a
enjoy it.
collegiate team? What type of team?
Yeah, amateur team,
What league do you
but
guys play in?
meta shift,
What division?
top one, whatever it's called, and I'm literally
140?
radon. It's called radon now. It's basically I think it's 145. I don't
Oh,
know. I
they
mean, I'm
changed it
literally
from the number system? I didn't play this last time.
yeah. I mean, I'm literally the division what am I even trying to say? Division manager for that division. And I
Oh,
don't even know what it's called.
sure
So
you are. That's amazing. Why do you name it this division? Why do you name
I
them
don't
now?
know. It was out of my control.
Radon, Xenon, Neon. Why is one of them neon? That sounds terrible. Like
Yeah.
that's just
Then
what you
there's
put in
like
light bulbs.
Argon and
No, that's a
Krypton.
player.
No, no, Neon Division Manager. It is
Yeah, no,
also,
it's
yes, it
good.
is also an EU player. I will give you
Yes.
that.
Yeah, I watched him in today.
Oh, dude, I'm so sad with that game, dude. I'm Schalke's my favorite team. It was so horrible to watch them get their ass kicked.
But,
So, how long have you been playing in amateur games?
oh fuck. Well, I played with I had an old friend group, and I played with them, kind of messing around. We didn't really join any leagues, but like we would play Clash. We'd play like we tried scrims and stuff like that, but we never really got to join a league. And that was in like season 6, so it's been a long time. Oh
Wait,
god.
there's Clash in season 6.
No, we didn't like actually play Clash. Like we eventually started playing Clash, but like we were just like scrimming, and we never really
Gotcha.
joined it. We were trying to join a league, but we never did. So I think we joined one league and then just like got destroyed for the first 2 weeks by like diamond and master players, and then just didn't play. So yeah, it didn't go well. But it was just like a bunch of friends who were messing around. I don't know.
Nice.
How about you? Have you ever played amateur?
Yeah, I've been in amateur for the past 2 years or so. I'm currently on break, finally. I was pretty static on a team, well, I moved from team to team, but I was statically on a team for the past 2 years, and then I joined collegiate last semester.
Wait, you're on a team for 2 years?
I was on at least a team, not the same team, but
Oh,
I was on a team for the past 2 years. I've always been on a team up until just last month. Uh, so yeah, I've played for a while, and I did it to try to get better because I have a big drive to want to get better at this game. Um, that being said,
you're making you relate to that? Because I can't.
Yeah, no.
yeah, I
I
mean, It,
I,
it's replacing my old Halo addiction. All right, like I had a Halo addiction, and I was really, really good at Halo. Problem was when I was young enough, I got demoralized by not being able to go compete in the MLG Open when I was about 15 because I was still in high school, and my parents said there's no future in esports, or there's no time it wasn't called esports. Video games have no future is how they would say it.
okay, well, to be fair, Halo kind of dead. So
Yeah.
That tournament, my team went and won the Open without me.
oh, you won? Oh no, that's
And they
okay. That
replaced
sucks.
me with a guy who I had already beaten to be on the team.
Oh no.
So
Okay.
they won and each walked away with $50,000.
oh
So
no. Oh, okay. That's
it,
actually
Wait,
super
there was an
unfortunate.
MLG Open that was like 250 grand.
yeah,
Yeah. What?
it
That's
was
like
an obscene MLG
when was
Open,
this?
2015.
2015. It
Wait,
was at
2015?
It had like I think it was like Mark
what?
Cuban sponsored this tournament specifically because so like from like early on, I don't know if you guys have known this, Mark Cuban is in love with like esports in general. He's wanted to make it a thing. This was towards the very end of like the Halo 3 era, and like so they were
What?
trying to push for people to get into Reach.
There's no way there was a Halo 3 event 2015, dude. Reach came out when I was still in high
Y-
school.
Yeah, no. So they pushed for people, trying to push people to get into the Reach scene. This wasn't a Halo 3 scene. This was trying to collectively pull in pros from Halo 3 to Reach. And it was the only tournament of that size at that time.
Huh.
The invitational was also like obscenely prized. Like it was insane. But the open was prized. Top three teams got a payout. Everybody else got paid nothing.
Yeah. It's usually kind of
Wait,
how it
I
works.
see one in 2010, but I don't see one in 2015.
It couldn't have been 2010. My memory's not that bad. It can't be 20. Could it be? Oh, wait, 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 wait,
There's
wait, wait. It couldn't be 2015.
there's
No, no, no,
7,
no,
8,
no, no,
9,
no, no,
10,
no.
11.
My memory is dog shit, dude. I'm saying 2015. I was 15, not 2015. God damn it, I'm an idiot. I was 15, so 15. That would have been 2011, 2012.
Okay, 2011. There's one that's like a $280,000 prize pool. First place only got 100K though. Wait, and all these players are old school names though.
No, that's not them then. I don't know. Anyhow, it's they weren't the guys I played with weren't really noobs, but they weren't top dogs. Like the
Yeah,
fact that they won,
I don't think you were gonna replace I got your Pistola Ogre 2 lunchbox. No, that's not your team, right?
that's not them. No, that's not them. I don't remember the name at this point, dude. They went under a new name because they had a group that they were with for a while and they ran under a name for a while, but they kept getting like they were like perennial like 16ths. Like they could have the chance to explode up, but like they only ever like cracked into top 16 for a while. They ended up winning. Yeah, that's at least what they told me. I didn't pay enough attention to the tournament results because I was pissed. They told me they won and they got $50,000 payout each. I was pissed.
There isn't a tournament that even has a $50,000 payout.
So they
I
lied to
there's
me.
this.
So they
I know
lied
it's
to
Other
me.
than like two, no,
So it
that's
should have
not.
been about 2011, 2012.
Yeah, there
Roughly
isn't
that
even
year
a
round.
tournament. The highest prize pool tournament I can find for Halo is 300K, and first place still only got 100K, and it was won by Final Boss. So I'm pretty
That's
sure
not us.
you
No,
weren't a member of Final
no,
Boss.
that wasn't
I think
us.
you got. I think you got debated. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it sounds like
Unfortunate.
you got.
Either way, like when I was on that team, we scrimmed with people from top teams. We've scrimmed against Final Boss every now and then. We got to scrim against um fuck the Twins. What team were the Twins on?
That's Final Boss.
Okay, so yeah, Final Boss. Wow, man, I'm fucking terrible at remembering team names, dude. Anyhow,
Okay.
back in my day, I was decent at the game at least, and I was happy about that. So when my friend introduced me to League, I was dog shit at League, and so I'd just been chasing the want to get back to that point, and can't do it. Like I can't. Like it's unfortunate that I can't do it, but like The closest I'm getting now is I get to play collegiate, which I'm happy about, but like also sad about. But especially after watching the split of the collegiate players going into the LCS and getting their asses kicked. And I know that they're even like on a level that's like 3 times better than me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's unfortunate. Either way, my want in League of Legends has been to get myself to be better and to pursue a dream that I don't think is anywhere close to obtainable. Because the only time that I had a chance to pursue a dream that was obtainable back in the day got completely denied by my parents. So, still, I mean, I don't know. It's Stark. You used to be really good at StarCraft. Didn't you have a dream at least in StarCraft? Maybe.
No, I just happened to be really good.
No.
I happened to meet some guy who was really good, and he was like offering free coaching because he wanted to start like coaching and getting money for it. So he did free like coaching too, just to get his name out there. And then he just told me what to do, and I just practiced every day for like a month, and then I just got really good. Well, actually, he practiced with me too. He practiced with me a lot. He actually had a really good system, just like he taught me how to do my build order properly, and then once we learned that, he taught me how to like macro while I'm fighting with my army. So he would like we would set it up to where we had our one base set up, and then I would warp in my first set of units, and he would warp in his first set of units, and then we'd fight, and then we'd practice to where I'd have to be able to warp in units and fight him at the same time and not get overwhelmed by him. So we did that for like a week, and then actually we only did that for like a few days, and then I finally got to the point where he wasn't taking me down every time, and then he just said, "All right, I taught you all the basics, and I go and fucking try ranked," and then I ended up climbing really fast. I went from like gold to masters in like 2 weeks. And then he was like, his friend made a website and offered to put me up there too as a coach, but I didn't want to because I didn't think I was that good, even though I made masters. But
So
then,
he beat you up until you could beat up other people.
yeah, that's basically it. Well, he was really okay. People like don't like this kind of thing, but he was like really harsh in his coaching. Not like in a mean way. It was like he would tell me what my build order is supposed to be, and then he'd have me like stream my game, and then whenever I screwed up, he'd be like, "All right, you screwed up. Time to start over." And it could be like 10 seconds into the build, you know. It could be like, "Oh, you started your probe, like making your probe a second late, so you have to start over." Or you put down your pylon like 2 seconds late, so you have to start over. And we just did that until I could do it where he couldn't spot any like fuck ups in my
So you
build.
weren't. It's not that you weren't making them. It's that he just couldn't spot them. You were hiding
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, exactly. To where he was, yeah. And then once he got me to that point, then he said, okay, like do your build order. I don't know if you're familiar with StarCraft 2 at all, Goomba, but basically there's like a maximum amount of units you can produce off one base. So there's like 4 buildings in the race that I played that were producing units, and I would be making enough money to uh, constantly like spend that to make 4 units out of that building. And so once we got to that point, then that's when the part where he'd make me fight him as I was producing more units, because you can only queue up or you can't really queue up because you're using the money as it's coming in. So I'd have to fight him and queue my units up to be built, and not fall behind. Otherwise, he would start winning the fight. And then he made me practice that with him for like a few days, and then once I was good enough to where he couldn't just destroy me, then I started the ladder, and I climbed the ladder really fast. Oh, and then yeah, his friend made the website for coaching, and he asked me if I wanted to do it too, and I said no because I didn't really feel I improved a lot, but I didn't feel like I could like tell anyone and feel like I should charge them money for it. I would have done the same thing he did to me, but I wouldn't have been like pay me money just to teach you these basic things. But yeah, and then he on his fucking coaching page he used me as an example. He used me as this fucking advertisement where he's like, I coach this gold kid and now he's masters. I'm like, awesome. And this is the fucking advertising tool.
Well, at least you're useful for something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I actually ended up getting picked up by a team though. because I made it to Masters really fast.
There's teams. What? I thought this was like a single player one versus one game.
Yeah. Well, I meant like there's teams that sponsor you like to go to online tournaments and stuff. Yeah, I had like a manager, and he'd like tell me when I had games and stuff, and when I was supposed to practice with the team. But then there was only one other guy on the team who was actually really good, and
So I found the
he didn't like
tournament.
me.
I found the tournament and I looked up their placement. Uh They finished 25-32. They fucking boldface lied to me. I've never gone I've never gone to actually like
Link
to
me, Nick.
here's the tournament.
That's really unfortunate.
Like they full on lied to me, dude. So there's this whole idea that I'm thinking this entire time, oh yeah, we I got replaced and then my team went and won without me. I think maybe what they were trying to do back then was to make my spirits feel better that I would have been on a winning team if I was there to try to encourage me
Oh
to play
yeah,
more.
that's true. That would have been big brain. After like your parents stop
But
cooking Nick. Stop
and then
cooking
and
Nick.
then they replace you. Like,
you know what's funny is Nick Merckx was in this tournament.
Wait, which team was yours?
So my team is Wages of Sin.
Okay.
Dude's a fucking borky. Dude, I said like these guys like perennially, I think the best they ever did as a team
Dude,
was
okay,
16th.
you see the third place team, the Cloud guy?
Yeah, I
That's
know who.
actually that's actually Max's friend. Max played with him, but he didn't
Oh
play for
wow.
him. Yeah, Max was good enough
So
to be his duo partner.
So the twins I was thinking of also is not ogre like ogre and ogre 1, ogre 2 or whatever. It's Roy and Lunchbox.
Ryan Lunchbox are twins.
Yeah, Roybox was the combination of the two of them. So like we'd scrimmed against that team a couple of times.
Oh, okay, that makes way more sense.
Yeah. I was like, I can't. It couldn't have been the ogre twins
I,
because they
I
were
was gonna
Halo 3
say,
fanatics, and so and I knew that they were like still Halo 3 elitists at the time I was getting into Reach. So like,
yeah, that's because three's better than Reach. Hello.
all right, you know what? You have your opinions, I have mine.
Yeah, I have a right opinion and you have a wrong one.
Uh-huh. That's it. Yeah. My team finished at 25-32. Motherfuckers lied to me. But I never followed them after that. Really, like the only other time I followed them was they got a top 16 finish where they actually beat out one of Roy and Lunchbox's teams for a 16th finish. And that was it. That was like
Oh my god, Roy and Lunchbox played with T squared. Holy shit.
the two of them
Fucking
were a
oh,
big names in the Halo Reach scene a while back, but I mean, I stopped following Halo after I turned about 17 or so.
Did you know that Straight Rippin' still exists as an organization?
Seriously?
Yeah, there's like some e-girl that streams for them now.
That's
Oh my bad, some girl that streams for them. I don't fucking know anything about it. I just saw it posted because I still follow them on Facebook or something. They like signed some girl. I was like, what the fuck? Straight Rippin' still exists.
I didn't know that. Like I haven't heard that name in ages.
Ash Monster. If you go on their profile,
Yeah.
then I've never even heard of this team, but hey, I never watched any Halo
Yeah.
or anything.
Where
I never even played video games back
this
then.
is
So.
too long for you, Goomba. You're a young boy.
Wait,
We're
which team are you talking about?
Straight Rippin', T Squared's team.
Oh no. What was Goomba talking about?
Oh,
Oh, is
he was
that the
talking about
person?
the girl's
Yeah,
name. Yeah, Ash
Ash
Monster.
Monster? Oh.
Yeah, I've got a few streamers, but they just have like her on the main page, I assume, because she's like the best or something. I don't know, the most popular. I don't know. There's a few other people though. Yeah, the only games I've really played are Minecraft, League, Counter Strike, like the more recent ones. But yeah, I picked games that didn't die, so that's good. I didn't have to keep buying a new game every 2 years like Call of Duty or anything else. I just kept playing.
Holy shit, dude.
What's up?
So there's a person in the 9 to 12 range whose name you might know. His name is Ninja. It is the ninja was in that tournament.
He was in a lot of tournaments, was he?
Yeah, he was. I didn't realize he played Reach at that level. Like I knew he played other shooters. I didn't know he was a Reach player. that threw me through a loop there. I mean, I also saw Nick Merckx's name in there, which is also kind of funny that he was involved in that back in the day.
Do you have a favorite player? Who was your favorite player?
In Reach,
Or in Halo in general?
Halo in general. N- no. I mean, I didn't have a whole like so as odd as this sounds, as much as I loved playing Halo back in the day, and as much as I had aspirations to go far in Halo, I didn't end up with a favorite in the pro scene. Like I didn't care. Like I loved watching the ogres, but like I didn't I there wasn't a person who was just like, ah, that's who I'm facing. That's who I want to be like. Uh I don't know. I just never made that type of attachment, I don't think.
I like watching the All Star game, and my favorite player during that was always I Got Your Pistola. That guy was a fucking animal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I didn't ever have that person that I was just like, man, this is like in League, I've had a couple of those every now and then where it's just like, oh man, I love watching this person play. Oddly enough, I like watching the boring people play in League. So that might be
So,
why I'm just not remembering who it is in Halo these days, but like, you know.
who do you like in League then?
So I like watching the guys that are more like the big brain players, not necessarily the mechanical players. So like I liked watching Amazing back in the day. I liked watching I like watching Flame do some of his shit back in the day. That was always fun. Um and then trying to think of maybe some North American, the Odd One. No. Odd One was fun to watch, but no, it's like a favorite player. Somebody just said that in Darth Node just said that in chat. Trying to think of like a North American favorite. I don't generally have that many favorites in North America. Afromoo. I love watching Afro, but he was also very entertaining on his streams back in the day. I don't know. What about you, sir? Who are your favorites?
Right, I'm curious if Goomba watches any pro games at all. Goomba, do you?
No, not really. Not anymore.
Yeah.
I just, yeah.
Uh, favorite players I watched in League: Perks, Caps, Faker, Rookie, Cacao.
You watch the Mechanical Gods.
Perks isn't mechanical. Perks has got a big brain. And Faker's got a big brain too. Faker's like the balance, you know? He's got a big brain and mechanics.
Did you ever
But
watch
yeah,
Dopa?
no, he's got a big brain.
That's some big
Yeah.
brain shit right there.
Oh,
Is
wait,
what that is.
dude, I watched his videos and they're fucking nuts. How much he thinks about the game.
His ability
Everything
to
he
overthink
says.
is ridiculous, dude.
It's not even overthink though. He says like really basic stuff. It's just basic stuff that you don't think about. Like,
It's intuitive stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you never think about intuitive things, and he's just
Yeah,
like, I got it in words, and it's just like,
yeah. He's not like calculating 10 steps ahead or anything. He just says common sense stuff where it's like, if I used my brain while I was playing, maybe I could be more like him, but I just don't.
oh, Phantom Lord, dude. Oh shit. Okay, there you go. That's one of my favorite League streamers of all time was Phantom Lord. I was a fucking Karthus teleport revive monkey back in the day. Ugh, I miss that strat. It was a fun strat back in the day. So what about this? Let's change that question up a little bit. What about what are some of your favorite, because it's kind of similar. Do you guys watch any League content, and who's your favorite if you do?
Watch any, but I used to like watching Civ HD and Donkey. That was the longest time ago.
Do you know Civ still makes videos?
Yeah, he
Wait,
does. He
Goomba, I know who your favorite person to watch is, dude. It's
no.
Panunu, right?
Oh hell, I don't really play Gragas anymore though.
Our old friend Panunu.
Oh, were you friends with Panunu, Nick?
I ran into him a few times back on NBG.
I see.
He would play in the tournaments, and I'd try to, and I wanted to beat him because I also played Gragas, and I wanted to be the better Gragas, but he was definitely the better Gragas.
That's unlucky.
I was also an ADC player at that time, so it was really odd for me to want to be the better Gragas when I didn't even play the positions that Gragas was played in.
Like Gragas, playing Gragas is weird. Like, sorry, I know you used to play him quite a lot. Like, you just,
I got bored of him.
I feel like to be good, you have to not think about it. You just have to do it. You know, you just have to
Yeah,
like feel
yeah,
it. You have to
for
play the
sure.
champ so much that you just like that. That's how I play Sion and Gragas. I don't think. I just do,
Dude,
and it
it's
usually
like
works out.
dude, when
I,
you first started learning him, E Flash used to be something that you thought about all the time, and now
yeah,
sometimes I do it and I don't even remember that I did it, and I'm like, wait, I don't have my flash. I'm like, oh yeah, I used it. I used it earlier.
like the only thing I think about is I don't think can I kill this guy with my damage because I know I can kill him. It's what should I use a fancy combo or just an easy combo? Like that's pretty much all I do, and then I
Yep.
usually go for a fancy combo and fuck it up.
Yeah,
So
yeah. When I watch you play,
The barrel behind you, you dash in with an E flash, trying to ult them into the barrel.
Goomba,
yeah,
Goomba
I do
wants
that a
to
lot.
do Goomba wants to do cool stuff when he plays, and I'm sure you can tell from my listen now that you saw me play it a few times, Goomba. I don't go for the cool plays. I just go for the I'm killing this guy plays.
Yeah, you just
It
you just
doesn't.
flash in and
It
kill him.
doesn't need to be cool. He just needs to be dead.
That's only true if Sark is trying. If he's playing with me and Darth, no, he trolls the living shit out of us. He's like, "Hey guys, watch this cool ass play," and just like, I'm dead. I guess it's like he's like limit testing anytime he plays with me. But
Oh
when he
yeah.
plays with other
No,
people,
no,
he's
no,
like, "No, no, no, no,
no, no, Nick,
I'm
Nick.
calculated."
It means. I mean, in the sense of like, I don't do the combos where like I throw my Q somewhere and then I E them and ult them into it. Like, even with you, I don't do that. I still just go in and try to land on my skill straight up.
Well, I don't ever see you play Gragas because when you play with me, there's a better chance I'm playing Gragas.
Yeah, it's not too.
Like
You
you'll be
also
on Lee Sin and I'll see you be like, "Hey, watch this," and you'll like Q midway through the Q, you flash all the way over them, ward hop to where you think they're gonna flash and try to kick them. Meanwhile, eating like 6 tower shots, and you're like, that didn't go as planned.
You
It's
know,
like,
I
what was
don't
the plan?
think I've ever done that with you. What the hell?
You've done stuff like that where you've just like, look, I'm gonna go for this play, and then you just eat like 6 turret shots and die.
I, I don't know. I kind of feel scammed with Sark because I've known him for I've known you for like a year and a bit now, around there. But I've seen you play Gragas twice, and I played against you once as you played Gragas. That's it. In that amount of time.
How's my Gragas though?
I don't know. It was annoying because you always used to do the comment one, and I hated that at the time.
Oh
And that's
yeah, that was funny when you told me you were
so
disgusted by it.
yeah. That was
Comet
pretty much it.
Gragas. I don't
Yeah,
I don't
I
approve
still
of
do.
this.
Or no, well, when I do lane, I still do comic Gragas, but when I
Yeah,
jump away
Comet
to
is
Dark
taken
Hearts,
again, which I fucking hate. It's
I don't know why you don't like.
Comet and Tier.
Well,
It just works,
I'll
man.
do Airy Gragas if that'll make you feel better.
Airy? No, you have like 10-second cooldowns. You would use it
No,
twice.
don't worry. I'll do the burn build. Will it apply on him? I don't know if it does. Because
Yeah.
if it does, that'll be perfect.
The
Every
burn
time you
build's really
mention
good on him
burn,
though.
every time you mention burn, I think of during preseason, Savage burning to Elder and Demonic Embrace from full health. It was just too good. Basically during preseason, our friend Savage, I don't know if you know him,
No, he
um,
doesn't.
he was playing Kled on the PBE just testing, and there was a bug at the time where there was a Swain who activated Demonic Embrace and Elder, and they just kept reapplying each other, so he burned from like 90% health to 0. Even through dismount, he just burned down to death. It was amazing.
Wait, do you remember that with the Airy bug? With Dead Man's Death Stance?
Yeah,
Dude,
there was a
that was
lot of
funny
bugs.
as fuck.
Wait, like it would reapply if you had Death Stance going?
Yeah, because
Yes.
it counted as them dealing
Yes.
damage to you, so it
That's
would
so
just proc
disgusting.
area again.
That's so
It was
gross.
like, wait, you haven't seen the clip? There's a clip of it where this Morgana support kills this Graves jungle, and the Airy just constantly goes to him. And we learned that the little animation thing has nothing to do with the timing on when Airy reapplies. Because he was on like the other side of the map, and there was just like 3 Aries floating between them.
Yeah, I didn't know of that bug. I can see how that bug happened, but I did
Yeah,
not know of that bug.
and
Yeah,
to watch himself die.
there's been some ridiculous bugs.
Oh, yeah, there have. There was always the very fun one of who was it? It was Trundle, where if you Q auto, yeah, he did a Q auto while trying to press your R animation would go off and the cooldown would go off, but you wouldn't get the healing back. That was a fun bug. That happened for a while.
Yeah.
That was a dumb one when you were a Trundle main and you're like, ah, yeah, I'm gonna kick this guy's ass, and you couldn't figure out why you were no longer healing with your ultimate anymore. That was fun.
Yeah. Like I mean I've played Scion for a long time, and like the amount of E bugs and like alt bugs there are still in the game are just ridiculous. And then there's that Gragas, like if you cancel your W auto, then you just can't do anything for 3 seconds. That's still in the game. Like, it's frustrating.
There's so many bugs around Viego too. Like there's so many bugs with Viego.
I
Um,
think they got fixed this patch. I could
not
be
all of
wrong.
them. There's still so many of them.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. I don't think you can buy Dark Seal and have it infinitely stack again. So
No, you can't do that. Silas is still bugged, where if you steal somebody else's ult for the next until you use your ulti again, you'll get intermittent voice lines of either Silas or the champion whose ulti you stole. That's a fun one.
yeah,
That
there's
one
some
creeps me
stupid.
out sometimes too, because like I'll be walking around as Silas, not looking at myself, and I just hear Lux voice line, and I'm like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" uh, yeah, small indie company and all.
Oh yeah,
Goomba, did you ever play Silas?
Silas. Yeah. Oh, I mean, not really, but yeah. I played him before they rewrote his passive a
So
bit.
it's a fun champion right there, is what that is.
Hmm.
I want him to be good in the jungle again. I'm trying so hard to make him, and it's just
And
not. It's not.
dur-
It's not viable. It's tragic.
that reminds me of his house bug during preseason. Every single item and active spell activated his passive. Like wards would activate his passive.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, that's insane.
It was amazing. I don't know. I don't know how they messed that up because literally nothing changed with wards or Silas in between those two patches, but they somehow did it.
Wait, you know what? I like your question, Goomba, that you wrote in the chat. You should do that one.
Wait, I put two questions.
Yeah, both of them.
Oh fuck. We're doing it in reverse order because we can. Why do you play the role that you do? So sorry, I know you play everything, but you play jungle, right, Nick?
Yeah, I'm a jungle main nowadays. I
Why?
moved to jungle because ADC sucked for too long. Uh,
Fair
so
enough.
I started as a mid laner, and then I played with a group of people where we had four of us fighting for mid lane. So I went to the
Wait,
least populated role of me and my friends and went to ADC.
I didn't know that you started as a mid laner.
Yeah, I was a brand one trick my very first season and
Oh
a
wait, yeah,
half.
yeah, you told me about that. Never mind.
Yeah, my very first season and a half. I was a brand and rise player, but I predominantly played brand. Hard stuck bronze one in season three. Season four rolls around and Gragas got changed. And so I stopped playing Gragas. And I was like, all right, so I moved to ADC to stop fighting for my friends for mid. Um, and I fell in love with Ezreal, Corki, Graves, and Lucian. And then they changed a bit about Lucian because this was release Lucian, so they changed him up some, and so okay, he's different. And then a couple seasons later, they changed so that and Urgot, mind you, I was also an Urgot main. They then got rid of
Older god?
old Urgot,
Oh, I loved that.
The one with the best ulti in the world.
amazing ultimate dude. I give zero fucks how many people said that ulti was terrible, and then they added a fear to it, and I was so happy. I had obscene win rates on that champion. Like I think I ended the last season that he was older. God, I ended that season with like a 58% win rate. Like I was just dominating with that champion. I loved him.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
people always thought he was a troll champ. Then you would just get your man immune, press E and just mash Q and then die. They'd be like, wait, what? What the fuck?
man
What
immune,
just
and then you're
happened?
against a Draven who thinks, oh, you know what? I'll get one kill and win this, and then you get a Frozen Heart, and he's just like, what do I do against this? And you're like, I win. Just
Dude, he used to be like the only champion that you
My
risk manning on,
performance
man. I forgot about that.
begins.
hey, Frog Maka, thank you for the follow, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I played Urgot like an obscene amount back then. And it's just like I was a silver person getting picked in these stupid NBG tournaments, and people would ban Urgot against me because it was just the champion I was so good at. Like, uh,
Wait, you used to play Ezreal? Why don't you play Ezreal anymore, Nick?
I love playing Ezreal. I don't play ADC anymore. Sorry, there's a difference.
I don't think you play Ezreal much ever, though. I don't remember it, at least.
So like when Jin came out, because they'd gotten rid of everybody but Ezreal in my pool, my ADC pool went from being like 5 champions to Ezreal.
Oh, yeah. I remember you playing Jhin a lot.
And then Jin came out, and I was like, "Oh, I love him." And I tell Darth, "No, oh, I'm a Jin main. I'm gonna be a Jin main." And he's like, He's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Cause he synergizes so with my playstyle." And I remember his response to this day being, "That's fucking weird." Like, I loved Jin, and so like I played Jin from the season he came out until about 2 seasons ago. I switched over to jungle because ADC was getting a lot of nerfs and Jin was getting worse and worse. Lo and behold, he ended up being the best ADC this season. Go fucking figure. One of. And and it's like I just moved to jungle because it was one of my secondaries, and it's where I could play a lot of my other favorite champions. I could play Gragas, I could play Trundle, I could play Volibear, I could play all types of big tanky boys that I enjoyed playing in the jungle. And so it's just what I moved to. And yeah, I've just kind of been here ever since.
Kimba. Do you want to go or do I want to go?
I don't know. I guess I liked playing tanks because I joined end of season 4, played season 5 and season 6, which are like Nautilus, Maokai, pretty much. Okay, Nautilus and Maokai, those are like the only champions, and I just had a bunch of fun on them. I just like being tanky and one-shotting them because I do everything.
Wait, did you join like the Sunfire Iceborne meta?
Yep, pretty
Yeah,
much.
that was a fun meta. The first
I
time I
enjoyed
saw
that.
that, oh my god. When I play Nautilus and I build Sunfire Iceborne and did the most damage in the game, I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?
I still have I have two memories of that season. One where I was playing Maokai and my entire team died and I TP'd in at a dragon fight and it was a 1v3. They were all full health and they triple kill. And then like that was old Maokai as well. And I had obviously a Roa because that was just stupid back then. And then one where I was playing Nautilus full tank. I had one item and I was like 0 and 5. And my friend was yelling at me to go away. But then I decided to just turn around and one shot the Twitch from full HP as 0 and 5. So that's pretty much all I remember from that season. But it was a good time. I don't know. Tanks were just so fun.
Thanks for a blast. I miss old Maokai Ultimate. Can we get back to not even the one that followed him
Oh,
around, the one that you just put on the ground where you made a zone where you just couldn't die.
Oh, like OG.
oh,
Okay.
I didn't even play right
Original.
now.
Yeah, no, I never played back
Yeah,
then.
That
when I
ulti is
started it,
fun.
dude, I forgot about the second ring one. That one was fun too.
The
I
second
like that
ring one
one.
was cool too, yeah.
I like that one more than this one. But
This one's just so slow. Like the first ring one was hilarious though, because if you went full AP Maokai, it was worse than the current Emax Maokai. Because like you go full AP Maokai on that point, and you put your R down and then you just instantly could cast it and blow it up, and it did like 600 damage. It was just
oh,
it was
it
an
was like a
it was
better Nuno.
it was like an obscene amount of blood burst, and people were just like, "What is happening?" It's like AP Maokai.
Like, but you only play Sion as a tank now, right?
No.
What do you play that's a tank now?
Oh, you mean I only play. I thought you said you only play Scion as a tank.
No, Prowler's Claw, baby.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
meant
Prowler's Claw every
yeah.
time.
Even when you play Sion, you don't even play him as a tank.
Um,
I'm interested because you said you like tanks, and now I'm like,
I
I
mean,
don't even
Maokai's
see
just
you. in
unplayably
tanks.
bad right
He's
now.
better in top lane now. This
Is
patch.
he?
This
Oh,
patch
I
he's
thought
better in it. He's not like S tier, but he's back in the A tier again.
I mean, I can play Gragas tank, but like I don't.
Who would
So
do that? It's actually so unfun.
Do do
The
do
only
do
time I
do do
do it,
do.
I'm like or something.
like, what champs would I play though? Like if I can
Volibear,
play Shen
No,
Cho'Gath.
or
I
Ornn
don't.
or Volibear, but I can do all of that on my two best champs. So
What about
I don't want
Cho'Gath?
you to play Goomba. I was just surprised that you said you like tanks,
mhm.
because I never see you play tanks.
No, not in this season. I don't know.
No, you played Cho'Gath, dude. Russia Titanic Hydra, and you're unstoppable.
You see, yes, I do enjoy playing Cho'Gath, but the last 3 times I've played Cho'Gath with the team, I think I've gone 0-8 in lane, like every time. So, you know, it
Oof.
I
doesn't work out.
believe.
And also, I built MAP.
That
So,
might be part of your problem. That might be the that might be the issue here.
that's a good point. I should try tank, but like, no.
I mean, if you're gonna do any AP, you just build Everfrost and then full tank.
That's that's true. Yeah, I could give that a go. But
Maybe a
I buy
demonic
AP.
embrace in there.
But I buy AP. I like doing damage, so I'm like, you know what helps me do damage? More AP. So I just buy more AP.
So if you like doing
It's like,
damage, you change it to Titanic Cho'Gath. Big brain in there. You do the Titanic because as you gain more HP, you get more AD. So your ulti is gonna make you get more
I
damage.
I never really played like old Titanic. I loved it for like a month or so because I like remembered that it was just stupid broken and like on Scion you just infinitely scale. So
Yeah.
basically you'd be full tank and you'd one shot them with Titanic. And
Yep.
I played that for like a couple months and then they removed the active. So I couldn't play that anymore. I got sad. But
The only
it's
thing that the active removal has done is you don't get an auto reset on these champions now.
yeah, but
Which
like the auto
No, like
reset
yeah,
with
the auto
grass
reset was
and the
buffed.
extra damage.
Yeah,
yeah, it did extra damage, but like the still
Hmm.
static buff that they get is kind of disgusting. Like I've been
Yeah.
recently been trying the Cho'Gath build in jungle, which sounds atrocious because the motherfucker can't gank for shit. He's so slow. Even even when you get Chem Tank, you're slower than dirt, which is not good.
who do
Um,
the games called? Shogath or Scion?
uh,
Goomba, do you
Cho'Gath. Sion's actually pretty good at ganking.
or not gank? I said who gains more health, like on average in a game.
Depends what elo you're in.
In one
if
of
you're
your
if
games.
you if you get 2 farm a minute on Scion, then Cho'Gath. But if you're like getting 10 to 11 CS and proxy farming and stealing the entire jungle, then Scion.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I wish I could proxy farm more in scrims, but they always get like a matchup where I just cannot proxy farm. And also like they have communication, so they can just kill me. But that's okay.
Can we go back to old Singe passive? Where he gain
Old
more
Singe passive.
HP from his freaking mana and gain more mana from his HP.
It was just
I thought it
catalyst,
was
but
only
like
one way.
without the item.
No, he was both ways. He was like him and Vlad, like how Vlad gained more HP from his AP and more AP from his HP. Bullshit.
It was kind of crazy.
It was dumb. They didn't stack off each other though, which is good because you could easily see a stupid bug riot doing that, and you just go infinite and break the game.
Yeah, I don't think the percentages were that high, but I mean, people would always build Catalyst because it has the same passive, and
Yep,
then a bunch of Dark Seals.
yep.
Actually, no, that was before Dark Seals, right?
That was before Dark Seals, so like
Yeah.
you did that one before the Dark Seal stuff. Like back in the day, you did Catalyst into Roa. Uh, like if you want to go way back in the day, you got a Will of the Ancients.
Mm-hmm.
Because healing. That was fair. Spell vamp on it on an item. That was fair. Um, him and Vlad, you just Will of the Ancients and we're unkillable. Like so much fun. Um, Kennen
That was that
also.
was the that was the book one, right? The
Yeah,
brown book.
yeah, the brown book that gave you spell vamp.
Yes, that was sick.
That was
I
a
remember
great item.
I tried that.
That item was
Yeah,
built
I
on so many people back in the day.
I had no idea what I was doing. I think the first recorded game on my account was an AP Master Yi game, and it was like I just had no idea what I was doing. I was just building AP, and I mean we won obviously because it was like season 4 pre 30, but I was just running around. Like,
All I forgot is Q used to scale EP. That's so weird.
yeah, it was insane.
AP
Because
Master Yi, man. The good old days.
The Alex H Penta.
Alex Each. Oh, man.
What was the other one? Oh yeah, why did you start playing League?
Uh,
Oh, wait, I didn't answer why I play all the roles.
No, well,
It's
you
okay.
told me before.
There isn't really much of an answer. I always played Phil whenever I played with my friend group, so I just ended up playing every role. And I'm not really that picky with what I'm playing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I feel like you also can't stay in the same role.
he
Yeah,
can't decide.
that's
He's he
I get bored.
yeah, very easily distracted. He's like the ADHD of Champion Select.
Dude, I can only play a few champions so many times, and then I'm like, fuck, I don't want to play this anymore. Give me something else to play.
And then he falls back to Lee Sin, Shyvana, and
And
Gragas.
it also really helps because what's he called? Remember back in ranked, there used to not be
Roll queue.
Yeah.
there used to not be roll queue, so it really helped that I played every role for that. That helped me climb a lot because then most of the time my team didn't get autofilled.
Fucking pick order. Oh
Yeah.
my god, what an awful system.
Pick order. No, dude, call order, friend.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
I
Yeah.
called it first. It doesn't matter. I pick first, motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I remember that shit. I
We've
was
been listening to that for so long.
I was lucky in season 2. I had a duo partner who was Diamond ADC that was teaching me how to be a Tarek one trick support. So if ever I got stuck in support, I could play Tarek. Like, I at least had an option until like other people realized Tarek was disgustingly broken. Like, oh man, old Tarek was grody. I don't know if you guys remember how broken that champion was. Like,
Old Tarek, that was the point and click stun, right?
yeah, so you had a point and click stun. You have a point and click heal. You had a W that said everybody around you and everybody around you in a short area gets increased armor. And if you you can break said armor passive to do a giant smack damage down that scales off of your armor and AP.
Of course.
And then your ultimate is
Oh,
this thing where you just smack the ground for a crap ton of AP damage,
Yeah,
and
right.
it buffed everybody. It made everybody do so much damage and crap.
that was sick. I liked it.
Dude, everything about Old Tarek was actually busted as hell because like you could
Well,
just build like a Zonia's and you got everything you wanted. Like,
the most mobile champion ever, though.
yeah, you were slower than dirt, which was the downside. But you also had that range point click stun, so it didn't matter. It was just like goal, you're stunned. Um, man, I kind of miss that Tarek, but like I also just like it. It was not healthy. It was not a healthy playstyle at all. It's like old Scion, where you literally just did AP Scion, you max shield, and you're stunned. You
That
stun
was
somebody and blow up your
insane.
shield.
Goomba, did you ever get to play that sign? That sign was insane.
I don't think I played back
Yeah.
then.
Also, I didn't make shield. You maxed the little stare thing because it had like a 1-to-1 ratio. You could just one shot
Yeah, the
somebody.
stun.
Yeah.
You did the stun plus the shield. Those were the two things you maxed.
Yeah. No, you said you maxed the shield first, and I was like, you don't max the shield first.
I did, so that might have been why I sucked at it.
Oh, yeah, you maxed the stun first, and you like one shot people with it because it was 1-to-1.
I do also remember going AD Scion and people thinking you're trolling until you like
You
into
all saw it so fucking fast.
yeah you ulted, nobody could run away from you, and you forced a frost the what was it the hammer.
I got the lumberjack skin because of that, dude.
That's why I got the lumberjack skin
I
for
just
that
played
same reason.
Yeah, you play AD and you press R and you auto so fast and it looks like you're chopping a tree.
It was amazing, dude. It was so cool. And it
What
pissed
what is
people off.
like what is like the one thing you really miss about like OG League?
Uh, I miss Old Tail. Oh no, I miss Dominion. Yeah, that's
That's hard. I
Dominion,
missed
yeah.
Dominion. I missed threes. But to be honest, it's Urgot. If I miss anything the most, it's Urgot.
Wait, do you have the Dominion icon, Nick?
What was the icon? I think I do. Believe I played
Dominion.
enough to get it.
Dude, I played so much Dominion.
I played like 5 games of that. I didn't play much, but
Dude, I
that
played
was
so much hide and
pretty
seek
insane.
back in the day. That's what I played. That was my
Yeah, I
game
think it
mode.
would much better on Dominion.
You shouldn't have to worry about towers shooting you.
Yeah. The only thing I really miss about Old League is people not knowing what AP and AD Gragas do, or AP Gragas and AD Sion. They just like walk into you, but now they've seen like the montages and shit like that, so they know what you're gonna do, and now they just respect you, and you can't just brain dead run in and kill them all. It's kind of sucks, but there's no other champs I'd
Let
ever
me
bring
see.
back because
Wait,
it's so much better now.
Goomba, you never gonna play old Dragus then?
The Instacast, no, I never did.
Oh,
That
old
was
Gragas was
stupid.
amazing, dude.
Old
You
Dragus
could
was fucking nuts.
Dude,
the
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 W was so
QR.
broken. W was the most broken aspect of that champion.
Did so much damage, Goomba.
The Bomber Gragas is the style that was because you just poked somebody from so far away for so much damage, and then it's like, oh, we get close to you, and it's like, ah, cool. Guess what? I have a W that says I take no damage, regen all of my mana. Like, it's so gross.
Is It was pretty ridiculous. It was like it was played in pro play. That's how bad it was.
It was
It
the
was just
best mid laner for an entire season outside of Kassadin.
No, there were a lot of mid laners that season. Oh wait, no,
yeah,
no, that was season 1, not season 2.
yeah. No, season one was like Nidalee and Kha'Zix, right? It was like weird shit.
No,
It's
no, Kazakhs didn't do it.
Gragas mid survived until end of season 3 is when they nerfed him. I think.
We gotta change these top getting played mid.
He got moved from a mage into a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the change to his W. Like literally, they changed how his Q worked, and everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know if this will be good." And then it was like, "Oh, this is actually disgusting how much damage you can do with this." And then, but they changed the W, and that was the part that
Oh yeah,
killed mid
I
Gragas.
forgot. No, the Q
Mm.
cooked him a lot mid too. I forgot.
Yeah, it wasn't insta
Yeah,
poke. It actually had an
yeah,
animation and sword.
that's right.
Yeah, it had an animation, but if you also had to wait to do the full
You had to
damage.
charge it. Yeah, before you didn't have to charge a Goomba. You could pop it at the
Oh,
start and it would do the max damage.
there actually
Like,
was a bug, I think a season and a half ago, where you would insta pop your Q and it would do, or like at any point you could just pop your Q and it would do max damage, and people were mad about that.
yeah. The worst part is like I'm pretty sure even when it was like max charged at first, when they first changed it, it still did less damage than when you insta popped it before.
Yeah, but
It's like
what they did with the W at first looked like a massive nerf, but then people realized, wait a second, that does like it was like base 6% max health damage on your W, and when you maxed it out, it went to like 10% with scaling from AP. So
Oh,
people were like,
it's
"Wait a second here," and they realized that you could just max the W and like one shot people. It was so disgusting.
I mean, people really underestimate Gragas W because if you have 900 AP, like 800, 900, you actually get about 50% damage reduction, 60 close to it. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, I just underestimate full build Gragas. That's 100% true. If you have 800 AP, all right.
Yeah,
Wait
I don't
12
know.
years for me to get there.
Goomba, have you tried the burn Dragus yet?
It's good. It's a good build.
Have I tried what?
The burn Dragus.
Leandri's
Burn?
demonic embrace.
I don't know.
It doesn't
I've
seem
been
like it,
missing
but it's
I've been missing Titanic Hydra Trinity Force Gragas, honestly.
I missed that
That
on
was
Fizz. Can I have Bruiser Fizz back?
yeah, that was
hell no, I hated that time.
What
I
about
had no
full
idea
tank
what
Echo?
Fizz
Can I
did.
have full tank Echo
Echo.
back?
Yeah,
I
I was gonna
loved
say
that though.
Echo too.
I miss those seasons, dude. Those were so fun to play.
Yeah, when you could just do anything and it worked just because you were better, it was sucks.
I
Because now
tried.
everyone just takes like Darius or Fiora or Riven and just like it has a million mastery points and just sweats out a
I
normal game.
I had the weirdest thing happen the other day. I was bored, so I decided to try Grasp Yasuo, and I laned against a Grasp Viego. It's like I was like, I guess we're both just being weird today. What the fuck?
The odd thing is I could see that working on either of those champions, really.
No, it doesn't apply on him,
uh,
does it?
Yeah.
When it does,
For who, Yasuo?
oh, Viego.
Oh, no, Viego's doesn't, but you're always autoing. It doesn't matter.
True. But yeah, I was gonna say on Yasuo's it did. That's why I wanted to try it.
It's one of the more standard runes you take if you play top lane Yasuo.
I'm pretty sure you always take Conquer when you go top.
If you're against like a Malphite or an Ornn, you take Grasp, and you can actually just like you do more damage that way to them.
Crazy.
And Conqueror is still the better scaling one by far, but
I'm pretty sure Conquer would make more sense in those situations.
in terms of scaling, Conqueror makes more sense. But in terms of actual dueling for lane pressure, the Grasp actually procs better against them because you take out a giant chunk of their HP.
Sorry, if I'm being honest, he does have a higher win rate than us, so I think we have to try it.
He doesn't play Yasuo.
Big brain in there. Yeah, the guy that I refuse to play this champion. Yeah, listen to me on this champion.
Refuse to play it.
I have played him a handful of times. I hate how he plays. I just don't like it at all. And like it's so easy to play around Windwall. It's so easy to play around it, and it's just like this ability is ridiculously broken because of that ability of just like, hey, look, I'm on this side, I'm on this side. You can't do fucking shit. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. He has a really high, like, people are obviously new on it, but like his really high skill cap just kind of appealed to me, so I kind of played him every once in a while. I obviously am not very good at him, but like he's still fun to play
I
and
feel
mess
like
around with.
people overestimate how hard it is to play Yasuo because I've been
Yeah,
playing and it doesn't feel that
but
hard.
also
his
like when you
floor I
hit,
feel is low. His ceiling is obscenely high.
yeah, definitely. Because I mean, if you get when you get your 10 deaths and 3 items, then you just right click on them and they die. But like the actual champion is actually very difficult. But when you hit around high gold plat, champions are just way easier to learn because you understand the game. So like I used to have a really rough time learning champs, but now I could like pick up a champ and learn them within a couple of games and be able to do pretty well. It was just also the community's just gotten much better at the game. So it doesn't really matter. Like Aphelios was meant to be the hardest champ in the game, and then
Everybody cracked that motherfucker in like a week and a half.
yeah, exactly. Like I ran him first game and was just destroying people because I mean he was broken, but like he honestly wasn't hard.
So I
It was
think
just insane.
I agree with all of that. There's two examples though of how that's also partially wrong with like Samira and also the
What
fact
about
that I can't figure out Lilia for the fucking save my life. I can't figure out this
Well,
champion. Like I know
well,
everything of what this champion wants to do and what it's supposed to do, and I can't get it to fucking work.
you know what's funny? I stopped some Mundo the other day and he said the same thing to me. He,
what about
he
Samara though?
So
oh,
Samira started off as this obscenely broken champion where everybody's just like, ah, she's super easy to figure out. She's supposed to be this high mechanical champion. Super easy. Riot then hits her with a nerf bat that actually doesn't do too much to the champion itself other than take away some of that ease of entry. Legitimately, it just makes you have to understand the passive and how to play the champion, and people completely just gave up on it. They're like, nope, she's too hard
Uh-huh.
now. Like, there's actually skill involved with this. I don't want to deal with it. Like, legitimately, okay, like, what did they end up doing? Okay, they nerfed her early damage, buffed her late game damage. Nerfed her early cooldowns, buffed some of the late game cooldowns. Took away the ability to dash to allies. And that's basically all they did to her to kill this champion. And she's still obscenely good. People just
Yeah,
don't play her though. Like she's such a good outplayed champion, but people won't play her because oh well, I don't have that safety net of being able to dash back out to my teammate. Or oh man, it actually if I mess up a combo and don't get to my ulti, I don't kill people. Well no shit, that's how your champion's built to do. Like she has one job and if you can get to that job, she's obscenely good at it. But people won't pick
yeah,
her because there's that skill issue. Like, meanwhile, there's 8,000 fucking silver Yasuos just ready to try to pop off. So
I
I,
think the real issue is that Yasuo looks cool and Samira doesn't.
yeah, I think it comes down to also appearance, right? Like, as you get to your gold plat area, yeah, you can solve these things easier, or at least a baseline of a champion easier, I think. But if the champion actually has a presence of skill involved and they don't look cool, you're not gonna touch it. Like
fair enough.
there's no graphic appeal for Samira when she pops off with an ulti. It's like, oh cool, she's spinning in a circle. You know who else does that? Katarina.
don't like her because of that.
You know who looks better doing that? Katarina.
I don't like either.
I don't like Cat either, but like she's still more flashy because she has all the blinks and shit.
Yeah, yeah. I think she jumps around a bunch. That's true. She looks a little more flashy. She's.
Akali does similar things, flashy as shit.
I don't like Akali either.
Yeah, like all these flashy champions, people will pick up more. But Samira, though she has a very similar playstyle to those flashy champions, doesn't look as flashy.
She
Also,
doesn't look
she's an
as
ADC,
fun.
and fuck that role.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I mean that's also true.
Wait, I'm actually confused though. Why do people find Lilia hard? I've only played her like 5 times and she seems really easy. I've popped off like
She's
every game that I played with her.
So you have to be super good at positioning your Q. Like you can't fuck up a Q in a fight, or you could throw an entire fight. Or
have you played Darius before?
You just build Zonias and it doesn't matter.
so like the issue
For me,
I've had with her is I also get focused. Every time I play her, I get focused and I get CC locked and killed. Like I try to position and then it's just like everybody burns their flash and like there's a Nasus, here's a Wither. And it's like god damn it. Like
whenever I play late game with her, it's so fun, dude. I stack on my passive till I get all 5, and then I just run at the enemy team like a fucking retard and flash in and press Q, hit everyone, press R and Zonias, and I'm like, alright,
Yeah.
I did my job.
that's nice if I could ever get to fucking late game. The other problem I have is that like she's a decent skirmishing jungler early, but she's not like a high gank jungler early. Like in terms of like if they're ganking and I try to counter gank it, it could work if they don't try to just 2v turn on me and kill and they have enough burst to kill me. But like if I'm not actively putting those pressures down, a lot of my teams seem to just like int like 6 kills before 10
Sounds
minutes.
like not running fast enough.
Yeah, yeah. It also feels like I don't run fast enough early on with her. Like I watch all these other guys and they're like, man, they're going really fucking fast. I have 5 stacks. Why do I feel like I'm running at the speed of fucking Gragaswaddle? Like
I,
what's going
I,
on here?
Hey,
I,
Gragas is a fast boy, alright?
yeah, I
You just
agree.
you just have to take Phase Rush and
Oh, I love Phase Rush Scraggy. I love it.
that new the item, the
Cosmic
circle
Drive.
Cosmic Drive. Yeah, and then you are speed.
I am
It's,
speed.
yeah. There's so many times where I'll be in the middle of getting chased, I'll turn around, do like 80% of someone's health, get Phase Rush, and just run away again, and then wait for my cooldowns and do it again. It's
Yeah,
just
it's actually when I watch you stream and that happens, I'm just like, why doesn't he die? Why does he so easily? Because I never play Phaser Scraggus. So there's times when you hit him and walk away, and I'm like, if I've never done that because I've never played Phaser Scraggus.
Phase Rush Gragas is so good. It feels so good.
but I don't play things for them to be good. Like when I'm playing a game, I'm not looking, hey, how can we win?
I
I'm
mean,
thinking, how can I cause a tumor to form in someone's head before the end of this game?
but it
I'm
is
just
good.
cancer.
I mean, it is a cancer build. Like, there's no,
Yeah.
like, it's straight up. I find the burn Gragas is more cancer, though. Like, straight up, because it's like, oh, it doesn't look like you're doing any damage. And then somebody eats a fully charged Q of yours and then burns half their health from Leandries. And then they're just like, what just happened? And it's just like, yeah, you die. Like,
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
like, I like watching them slowly burn, or like you slow them with your Q and then wait till the slow's about to wear off and hit them with your E.
mm-hmm.
And, and then they walk away and they think they're fine, but they're still burning. And then you hit them with your R, and then they die to the burn. And they're like, I was burning for the whole fucking fight.
And then you look and your Leandries is at like 4k damage. And you're just like, dope.
I mean, like I played Leandres when the items first got reworked because it was the best item, but then uh the Everfrost buffs and the fact that you can WEQ and then
Everfrost and then ulti.
Everfrost. Yeah, you just like get that 1.5 extra seconds of Q
Oh, that's true. I
cooking.
didn't think about that.
Then
Everfrost has been my favorite item on it since the buff of it. But I've been also spamming that item on like everybody. People it shouldn't be on. Like full tank Nunu, except I build Everfrost first. Like that's fun. That is an obscenely fun build if you haven't tried it because you hit somebody with that big ass snowball and then you throw out your tiny snowballs and then you Everfrost them and then you start charging your ulti and then by the time Everfrost goes off, your E goes off, so they're stuck there, and there's just nothing they can do, and you kill them with your ulti. It's like
Yeah,
5 whole seconds of lockdown. It's so funny.
I don't know. I mean, Twisted Fate is just I just hate Twisted Fate because it's the fact that it's like a 2 second stun at range on like a 5 second cooldown. Plus, he can. I just hate how he can hold the card for
Oh,
like 10 seconds.
that's why people have been going Everfrost on him, huh? You can gold
Yeah,
card someone Everfrost and then gold card them again. I didn't even think
pretty
about
much.
that.
Yeah, and also you go rapid fire cannon so that you can hit them from extra range, and it doesn't matter that you do 0 damage, even though you do damage because you're Twisted Fate. Your
Yeah.
teammates will just kill them.
I've
So
also seen the Shurelia's build that the pros are doing with them because it does something. While it doesn't lock them down as long, it allows you to not have to build rapid fire because you can just close the gap out of nowhere. You just run at them stupid fast, and you're like, ah, stun.
that's fair. That would also work, but I don't know. It's just the weird slight things that people do on champs like that. It's just so annoying. You can't even punish them because they're just so tanky
Yep.
as well. Kind of
Uh,
crazy.
who was the other one? The Cho'Gath with Everfrost was hilarious. That one has been a fun one for me that I've done every now and then.
Yeah, but Cho'Gath's different because you actually have to hit a skill shot. You can't just like you have to either hit
Yeah.
your Q or your Everfrost, and both of them are quite hard to hit. So
So the way I play it ends up being a peel Cho'Gath because if they come at you, it's just like okay, Everfrost, Q, silence, eat, and walk away.
fair enough. I'm more I'm just an aggressive player, so I don't really peel. I just kind of go in, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But hey,
Sark can attest. I'm over aggressive as hell. I try to be way too proactive.
Yeah. Nick Nick tries to run at them too much.
I run at them and then it becomes running down at them, and it's like, oh well, this is a problem. Back to Lysandra jungle it is.
I could prescribe some Scion, so after you run it down, you can actually be a little bit useful.
I kill tower
Scion
now.
jungle, Scion jungle is actually quite fun.
It's a lot of fun, yeah. You just gotta get to 6. Orange jungle is one of my favorite weird ones.
Wait, Goomba, did you see the Scion play today in pro play? You would have been proud.
Oh, what do they do? Did they like go slightly out of vision and get a multiple person queue?
No, he got killed level 1 in his jungle, and then he almost killed the other jungler because the other jungler was trying to do the red.
I am so proud. What league was this in?
The LEC game. It's Udyr versus Scion top. The Udyr, like, he's making sure that they. I don't know, he doesn't even. He randomly walks into river at level 1, and then the enemy Udyr's right there with their other top laner. I don't remember who it was, Renekton, I think. And so he runs away, or he tries to run away, and they end up killing him at the red buff. So they're like, oh, might as well steal this. And then the Udyr has to smite the red buff to stay alive. I thought he was actually gonna kill him. I was gonna be so happy because I was like, dude, I've never seen something this bad happen. Because like they just completely forgot that Cyan has a passive, you know?
Well, that's his issue. He went grasp, right? Because he's building stupid tank. So that's why you go phase rush or glacial. Pretty much phase rush now, because glacial's not as good as phase rush. But you would
Oh wait,
like
did
be
you
able to
see the
kill him.
clip? Did you find the clip?
I haven't seen the clip, but like he's not gonna take phase rush in pro play.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't do the Prowler's Claw either, which is also something that I had to tell somebody in one of my ranked games. It's like, hey, he's got Prowler's Claw, you need to be careful. He's like, what? He's gonna do it at me when he tries to Q? I was like, kill him and find out. Just see what happens. He's like, oh, whatever. So he gets the kill. Literally, dude turns around, double kills him in the mid laner. And it's just like, oh, you guys are fucking dumb.
One of my favorite things to do is not even save it for passive. You E a minion and Prowler's Claw it, so you fly halfway across the lane at them, and they just get so scared that they'll flash and you can just ult them.
That's
It's actually
amazing.
it's an amazing bug. You go like the entire distance of your E.
That's
It's pretty
so
cool.
funny. I have seen a stupid Prowler's Claw play that was freaking hilarious. I was playing Warwick and I was trying to queue onto somebody and he Prowler's Clawed to my top laner as he backed, and so we all went back to our base.
Wait, you could Prowler's Claw back to base? Wait a
He
second.
Prowler's Claw and it never connected, so it kept following him. And I guess it was a bug. I don't know if it was a bug just because I was Warwick queuing to him or not. But literally, I'm Warwick queuing to him, so I'm teleporting to where he ends up, and he's teleporting to where my top laner ended up. So we both ended up in my fountain, and I was like, I guess I get a free back. It was the weirdest fucking bug. I really wish I was streaming it. It was just in a fucking normals game on one of my Smurfs.
Wait, did you know that Nocturne can cancel his ulti?
I did
With,
not know this, but I saw
with
that today, and I heard.
yeah, I didn't know that either, and I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, apparently if
I
you click your R without choosing a target, it cancels his ulti. It's just like, I
wait,
didn't know
after
this.
you've clicked on someone?
Yeah, he was already ulting, wasn't he, Nick?
Was he?
Yeah, that's the part that was so confusing. He was going towards someone, and then he was just like, nope, never mind.
That's
With what's that item?
actually.
Oh, Stridebreaker. With the
Yeah,
Stridebreaker.
yeah.
Oh, you can cancel it with
Yes,
Stridebreaker?
yes. He was
That's actually
ulting.
really
He
good.
ulted, and then he started going towards him, and then he saw that he was like in the middle of his whole team, and then he just stopped the ulti with
That that
Stradebreaker.
that should be fixed
And,
pretty
and
soon. That shouldn't.
I was like, what?
I feel like that's not intentional.
That was the game Shulko won. Yeah, I remember that because it was Broken Blade was going in, and they're like, like you could just feel the team saying no, 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 and he's like, okay, fine. Just
Unlucky. Mentioning Scion versus Udyr reminds me of one of my pet peeves about this game. Is when Scion dies, his passive is a new character. So champions like Rek'Sai and Udyr, their stuns reset. So it's literally impossible to kill those two champions with them because they can immediately knock you up and stun you again with no cooldown. So you just cannot kill those two champs. I think there's a few more, but like it's just so frustrating, especially because they just like they're quite long CC, so just cannot do anything.
You also give a new Dark Harvest stack, right?
Yeah, also that. I don't know. It's just weird things that are quite annoying to deal with. I think you also reset for Kennen, but he's never gonna use his stun against you.
Wait, is Fiora the champion that gets cucked by Kennen?
I mean, it's a pretty good matchup for Kennen if you play it right.
I
Yeah.
meant like you can't parry his thing because it counts as separate, right? His stun and the damage count as separate things.
Uh,
well,
So it always blocks the damage instead of the stun.
no, you parry everything that hits you within that time frame. Like you can block 5 different ultimates if they all are used at the exact same time within your W. It's just you just have to like time your W well.
And I don't know what champion it is, but there's a champion that interacts with Fiora to where you can never parry their stun.
I am not aware of any
Uh,
champion like that. I mean, there could be one. I don't really know. I've never experienced that though.
it's because his passive is different than the ability that actually hits you, I think.
Huh.
I mean that's a similar reason why Gragasy has the most priority in the game.
Yeah.
It's still
I
attached to the
think
champion, and pretty much every other stun is not.
it's tied with Galio, I believe. Because
um,
Galio, if he's in hit the second part of his charge, you're unable to cancel him. But like he beats pretty much everyone else. Like you'll hit each other, and
yeah, I think it is tied with them because yeah, they're both part of the same. Yeah, they'd follow the same logic because they're both hitting with their bodies.
I don't know if you can cancel a Kali. I don't think you can because the skill shot is separate from the dash. You can cancel the actual dash, but like
I think it's this Goomba.
uh
All right.
this is 4 years ago, Sark.
Yeah. But I meant the
This has been fixed a long time ago.
wait, I meant like since you block the skill, it doesn't block this or it doesn't count as a stun, so then he immediately hit you again and stun you.
This is like I think this is like 8 months after Fiora was reworked, so like they probably just like weren't thinking about that, and they could only block one spell with it. because Fiora was weird when they were first reworked.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this was because she was reworked in actually no, she was reworked at the end of season 6, so it was probably about 3 months after the rework or something like that. So yeah, then she was quite buggy. I don't know. That's kind of weird though.
Well, unless we have another specific topic that we want to kind of get into, I'm going to wrap it up now because we're just getting to about an hour and a half.
Not really. I think
I
we're
want
good.
you to sing me a song, Nick.
So what?
Sing a song to end the stream.
Give you something to end the stream?
Sing a song to end the stream.
Oh, sing a song? No. No.
Can we get the Chug Jug song?
The what?
Have you never heard that?
No, I don't think I have.
I'll send it to you after.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody who watched the podcast. This has been a very fun episode. I hope Goomba will choose to join us again in the future. Um, when I post the video for it, you will always get to find both my Twitch, Sark's Twitch, his YouTube as well. And if Goomba has any relevant links, we will make sure to post his in the description as well. Appreciate you all, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Catch you later.